Hello, everyone, and welcome to the City of Quincy Board of License Commissioners agenda meeting on January 25th at 4:04 p.m. I would like to read into the record the open meeting law in accordance with Chapter 20 of the Acts of 2021, signed by Governor Charles D. Baker on June 16, 2021, suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, Chapter 30A, Section 20. The Board of License Commissioners will convene via remote conference and services on Tuesday, January 25th, 2022 at 4 p.m., airing on Quincy Access Television, QATV, on channel QATV 9 Government Access. Pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made, whether perceived or unperceived, by those present and are deemed acknowledged and permissible. Susan, can you call the roll?
Yes. Director Duca.
Present.
Chief Jackson, not present yet. Chief Keenan.
Present.
Chair Crispo.
Present.
And Commissioner Castley was absent today. Planned.
Thank you so much. We do have three. We do have a quorum, and I am expecting Chief Jackson.
Chief Jackson just joined.
Thank you so much. So I will go ahead and go right to agenda item number 1. Hearing regarding the request of JNPD Enterprise LLC, doing business as Bob's Automotive Service, for a garage and repair and a Motor 2 license for the premise located at 52 Hilda Street due to a change of ownership. Proposed manager, Fee Deek. Proposed hours of operation, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Joey Wynn is here on the call. Hi, Joey. How are you? Why
Fantastic.
don't you tell us what you're going to do there at Bob's Automotive?
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. Yeah. So it was always actually my best friend, Fee Diek, who's the person that you had just mentioned, dreamed to own his own automotive shop. He's been a mechanic for well over 10 years. And he actually found out about the business being sold in a very quick time frame. And so the previous owner, had his wife had developed throat and stomach cancer, so he had to basically sell his business. So he was wanting to be very selective about who would be able to serve the community that he's been serving for over 27 years, I think it was. And so we were sort of just ready to be able to do so. So we purchased the business, and then we've been operating it since. And all of the names and the the licenses that we hope that the original owners had, we hope to just sort of retain them, so that way we can just operate as such.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone on the Zoom call have any questions, concerns about Bob's Automotive Services for garage and repair and Motor 2 license for the premise located at 52 Hilda Street? Mr. Lawler?
No.
Okay. Sorry, that was my cursor. That was on.
I don't see anything.
Seeing none. Board members, any questions, concerns? Or Joey Wynn?
Do we have a number of vehicles on file?
Yes, it's 13 under the ordinance there. Nothing, there were no exceptions or anything made there.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Wynn, doing business as is, same hours of operation, and this is basically a transaction of paperwork for you to move forward.
Okay.
Okay, looking for a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of JNPT Enterprises LLC doing business as Bob's Automotive Services for a garage repair and Motor 2 license for the premises located at 52 Hilda Street due to a change in ownership. Proposed manager is Phi Geek. Proposed hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., represented by Joey Nguyen.
Second on the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You're all set.
Good luck.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Yep. And everybody stay safe.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
you too.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Next is agenda item number 2. Hearing regarding the request of 2030 Ocean Street LLC doing business as Wine and Market Daniel Newcomb manager for an off-premise package store all alcohol beverage license for the premise located at 67 Billings Road. The premises is a single-story, first-floor retail location with basement storage and approximately 2,642 square feet. Proposed hours of operation are 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and
Oops, we lost the clerk.
Frozen.
Madam Clerk, we lost you. I don't know if you want to refresh or step in here. Give her 1 minute. Let me grab her. Yeah.
She's back. Audio, Nikki.
Oh, we can see you.
you can see me. I
Oh,
can't
there
see
you are. Oh, we
Now
can
we can-
see you though.
Okay. Okay, sorry about that. Where was I? Proposed hours of operation, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Sunday. Attorney Andrew Upton and Daniel Newcomb are on the call. And just for everybody's information, notice was advertised on January 13th edition of the Quincy Sun, and all abutters were also notified via certified mail. If anyone on the call has any questions, concerns, please raise your hand by using the raise your hand function. Citizen Rutherford.
How you doing? John Rutherford, 62 Grand Wall Road. My question is, are they going to be selling nips at that store? It'd be nice to not sell nips there, and I was wondering if they were planning on selling nips or not. I know we don't have a rule. I was just Googling it right now. I guess the town of Newton, just a couple months ago, it was the license board that actually passed a rule of banning nips within the city. I think that'd be a nice thing to happen in Quincy because it's not cool seeing nips sprinkled along the curbs. And I also, the town of Wareham, they just passed it too. So I mean, it's kind of been, the liquor stores have kind of said they were against it, but it's obviously up to the people who are coming, the new businesses that are coming into the town. They can just do whatever they want by choice. You don't have to, they don't have to follow the rules because we don't have a ban right now. But it would be nice that if they didn't sell nips in North Quincy. That's all I ask. Thank you.
Thank you for your questions, concerns. And I'm sorry, why don't I give Dan Newcomb and Attorney Upton the opportunity to talk about what they plan on doing there at 67 Billings Road.
Andrew?
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Good evening, everyone. Andrew Upton for the applicant. With me are Dan Newcomb, the owner and proposed manager of record, and Glenn Lawler, 30-year veteran of the industry who's working as a consultant to Dan. I'd like to briefly discuss how we comply with the legal standard for a grant of license, and then have Dan describe the concept in more detail along with his outreach to the stakeholders in the city and the neighborhood. Of course, we're glad to answer any questions at any time, and we can certainly address the NIP issue if so desired. One thing I would mention regarding that is I know that Newton has passed a ban. I know that other cities are contemplating it. I know that it is currently and going to be the subject of extensive litigation and lawsuits. So we're sort of hesitant to get involved in that without sort of a comprehensive policy from the city or the state. But in any case, we'll leave that to the discretion of the board. The first thing to look at is the character and fitness of the applicant. Dan meets this test because he successfully opened and operated several different package stores with no violations and no negative impacts on the neighbors. He's got a clean record, and he also has experience in the on-premise liquor sales when his family owned several restaurants. We believe the best new licensee is someone who has successfully been part of the licensed establishment before, and Dan has those credentials. Dan has been approved with this wine and market concept in Cambridge and Lexington in just the past year. The second factor is the public need for a license at this location. Dan's concept fits this location, and the landlord and neighbors in the city will be happy with a clean, well-run store that focuses on good wines, craft beers, and artisanal spirits. The Regal Beagle liquor store established a public need in this neighborhood more than 40 years ago, and it's now gone. Instead, we propose a newer store that's poised to serve existing residents and the increasing demand that will come with the new supply of housing that's currently being built nearby. This store, unlike the Regal Beagle, is further from the library, further from the church, further from the nearest school, further from traffic associated with the traffic light at Hancock Street. It's in a retail storefront on a wide street further from the congestion. It's in a retail store with plenty of municipal parking in a lot directly behind it. It's in a site of a former dry cleaner that's been empty for over a year and has some environmental use limitations on the site. You can't put a restaurant or a daycare in this location because of the environmental restrictions. So this is a great use of an existing space that's laid empty for some time. The store is on a relatively small scale, so there shouldn't be excessive deliveries. And this store may also carry specialized products and other items. Finally, we've reached out to elected officials, public safety officials, and our team has walked the neighborhood getting feedback from residents and businesses on this application. The response has been very positive. Now I'd like to have Dan give a brief overview of the concept. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andrew. Madam Chair, members of the board, I'm Daniel Newcomb. I'm from Quincy. I graduated North Quincy High School in 1982. I grew up on Plymouth Ave up Lake and Square. My family's been in business since the early 40s, and my grandfather's first donut shop was actually at 35 Billings Road, I believe. And my dad had the Mug and Muffin and Newcomb Farms on Beale Street for 55 years. So I worked for my dad, and I'm familiar with the city of Quincy, and I worked in Wollaston up until 2000 when we moved on to do some other things. And we think that knowing North Quincy and where it's been and where it's going, and I think that the site that we've selected is a suitable location for a store. The Regal Beagle, as you come into North Quincy from North Quincy High, that intersection's always really jammed up, and the parking is really tight. Somebody trying to parallel park to go to the store, it just causes more chaos, that traffic light. So we think that the location at 67 Billings Road is much more favorable for customers, and we think that they'll find it easier to shop and get what they want there. So I think that it's important to that immediate neighborhood. It's Regal Beagle leaving. There's a void, and we'd like to fill that void.
Thank you.
For any questions?
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Any other constituent questions? Anyone else on the Zoom call have any questions before I go to the board? Seeing none. Board members, any questions, concerns with Wine and Market?
Nick,
At
I just have a quick
67.
question.
Yes.
Will we be accepting deliveries? Will it be out back in the parking lot area, or will it be on Billings Road? And
I anticipate the deliveries would probably, they'd probably know in the wholesalers would probably take deliveries right through the front door. I would also on the side of Vine Street, there's a rolling door, but we'd have to do some work there. And we want to be a good neighbor. We don't want to disrupt the neighborhood. So once we get set up, Chief, I think that we do the best we can. We'll stay in constant communication with the neighbors.
Okay.
Do you have a preference where you'd like to see it?
No, not necessarily, because that's a pretty wide open area on Billings Road.
Right.
We get constant complaints about dumpsters and deliveries and that type of thing being delivered very, very early or late at night. So just keep
Right.
that, be cognizant of that. The hours of operation, not the earlier in the day, but you're only open from 8 to 11. So suggest that you don't have deliveries prior to that, or a dumpster emptying your dump prior to 8, or too late in the evening, so you don't impact the neighbors. That's usually the concerns we have. But that's a pretty wide open area. Not really concerned about the traffic. There was a business there prior, which was pretty. It was an in and out type of business, so I don't see the change really an awful lot.
Great. Thank you.
Any other questions, concerns from board members regarding Wine and Market at 67 Billings Road?
Nikki, did you have correspondence from any of the abutters?
I did not. And they did an extensive 500-foot mailing, which we asked, and they were gracious enough to get those all out in a timely manner. So we certainly appreciate that. And I don't have any further concerns. Looking for a motion.
There was 70 abutters that we sent. One of the ladies in our office, we got her on a Friday and said, Jen, would you handle this for us? And we were able to do it. So I'm glad we were doing it. And then we also have, we had some letters of support. We spent some time. We didn't present them. We have them, and I'd be happy to share them, at another time. So
You can always
You'll
send
submit
them
those
in
for the
for the record. Yeah,
I'll send them along.
thank you.
Thank you.
Looking for a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of 2030 Ocean Street LLC doing business as Wine and Market, Daniel Newcomb, manager for an off-premises package store, all alcoholic beverages license for the premises located at 67 Billings Road. The premises is a single-story first-floor retail location with basement storage of approximately 2,642 square feet. Proposed hours of operation are 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Sundays, represented by attorney Andrew Upton and Daniel Newcomb.
Second on the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Congratulations. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, everyone.
That does conclude the agenda. Looking for a motion to accept the minutes from the January 11th hearing and waive the reading.
Motion made.
Second.
And our next hearing will be on February 8th. Looking for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Thank you. Have a nice
Thank you.
evening, all.